Greetings, bloodbags, and welcome to Tusap's terrifying takeover of the spookiest month of the year. October is dead and gone, but it has risen from its grave with an insatiable thirst for blood and a month of vampire stories. So grab your garlic and your crucifixes and prepare yourself for Vamptober.
Hello, all of my blood-sucking paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden J, and hanging out with
the rocker chick
and
Jdub.
And welcome to the first episode of Vamptober. I got all excited there, but totally fucked up my intro. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Are you excited? We're finally into Vamptober.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting evening. Well, thanks for joining me today. And thanks for, the most scariest month of the entire year. Ooh. I'll tell you what, though. As September rolls into the middle, I've noticed that Halloween has started way, way early.
As it should. I love Halloween.
We have a neighbor. It's not really a neighbor, but it's just down the road from us. And the rocker chick will explain to you her excitement
It was.
in this house that has been going on for the last couple weeks.
So I came home from work last Monday and drove by this house, and there's this big old ass skeleton outside. I mean, huge. The 12-foot tall ones, however big they are. I don't know. 12 foot?
We never even went and looked to see. I mean, we talked to Sean about that a couple weeks ago, and it's like 15, 20, 12, what was it?
I don't know. It's huge. And then, so it's like I come home, and it's like, hey, the neighbor's got a big skeleton down there, I'm jealous. Come home Tuesday, go by their house. There is a Grim Reaper, just as big as the skeleton, and a werewolf, just as big as the skeleton. Wednesday, I go by. The skeleton is walking a skeleton dog. And there is a 12-foot broom with a witch flying off of it. That's awesome. The next day, let's see. The next day, there was a whole cemetery scene with the Grim Reaper in the middle of it, a different Grim Reaper, and ghosts all around it and tombstones. And then the following night, because we went back by to show Montana. Yeah. They were putting a huge spider web up the house.
With a big ass spider on it.
So nice. Yeah. Completely jealous.
Completely.
We have a big ass yard. We could put like thousands of those out there.
So over by our campground, these people have in Wabash, they have a haunted house. It's called like the Fear Factory. And last year they had those giant skeletons. One was the pumpkin head, one was the skeleton, one was a werewolf. This year they have an old Amish buggy. They have skeleton horses pulling it. They have all these little skeletons hanging out of the buggy. And then they got those giant skeletons all around it.
We know those people.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have the campsite at Jellystone.
That is awesome.
And they set up for Halloween. And
Yep.
Yep.
You think that's the same people?
I'm betting it's the same people.
Because when you talk about that, because it was like the horse and buggy was an old hearse.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, they set
that's it.
He set all that shit up out on his little lot at Jellystone for October for Halloween in July whenever they do it. But they actually revamped it because the haunted trail got rained out, so they added an extra weekend on the end and did the haunted trail out there for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, that if it's the same one, that dude has some shit too, and I mean that's a lot of stuff.
So was the one you were talking about that way or that way? Like, will I pass it?
You should pass it on
Yeah.
your way home if you take Old 30 that way.
I do. I
Yeah.
don't know how I missed it. I guess I got sidetracked.
It's easy to miss coming from Warsaw. So
Okay.
it's right there.
I always get distracted by the horses.
No, really. Just before you get to Atwood, there it's on the north side
I have to look.
on your left.
Well, it'll be
as you're
dark,
going.
probably.
Yeah, but it'll be lit up. There'll be lights and stuff
yes.
out there. Yeah, they did do some things. So,
That's cool.
what is that the neighbors?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the picture.
Is that the same play? Is that the same one? Or were
Yeah,
they just telling you about
went
it?
smaller, so
Yeah, we've heard that before.
like the same thing.
Yeah, but they have the skeleton horses at their house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pulling it.
So wild. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
You'll have to drive over there because it's neat.
It's in Walbatucky?
No, it's right over there by my campground.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, you said something about Wabash, so I wasn't sure.
That's where their haunted house is, like the Fear Factory or something like that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, we should go to the haunted house.
Oh, dear God. I need to.
That would be fun, wouldn't it, guys? Let us know.
The United States of Paranormal at gmail.com.
Yes. I'll make Jeremy go first.
I can see it now. Mason's going to be the first one on there going, Jay, you got to go. You got to go.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mason. I hope he's feeling better. I was watching him on Facebook. He's sick. So, Mason, hope you're feeling better soon. So, I'd like to shout out that dude, man. He's constant. He's on it.
All right.
He's on it.
Sweet.
Always with us.
Feel better.
So, hey, I do want to get to, do we have anything else you want to cover? Anything else exciting been going on?
No.
All right. Well, I'd like to get to a couple of emails if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, do it.
All right. So, let's start off with Andrea. I'm going to say Greener. She sent us a message that says, "Thank you guys for keeping me entertained on my commutes from Plymouth to Fort Wayne. So neat to listen to people from around the area." So,
Cool.
give her a shout out. Thank you for, and I did reply to the email. So
Nice.
I
Good job.
don't always get to all of them.
It happens.
I'm busy, and then I feel like a turd because I don't get back to answering them. But listen, people, I do get your emails, and I so much appreciate them, and I will reply to these, even though I'm giving you a shout out on the pod.
And if he misses him, just resend it.
Yeah, there you go. No, just resend it over and over again. But this next email comes from Teresa, and Teresa says, "I was on Apple Podcasts looking for a paranormal podcast, and I came across yours. I live in Warsaw, and I listen while I am at work, and you all make me laugh. I did listen to the one on Alcatraz, and you said only one person escaped. I did research on Alcatraz because I want to go there, and it said that there were 3 that escaped, and they used faked heads in their bed. I have a suggestion to cover. She does mention the Barbie Hotel, which is really close to it's really close to us. So, there's a lot of history, and many have had interactions with spirits there. So, can't wait to listen to more. That was from Teresa. So, Teresa, thank you for the suggestion. We'll look into that. We know about the Barbie Hotel. We've talked about it off air several times. As far as Alcatraz goes, I went back and re-looked into it on different places than what I had originally looked at it at. I believe there was 4. There was actually 4 people that escaped, but I don't know that in the midst of all that, I was reading that there had been like 39 or 40 attempts, and most of them didn't survive.
They
Were
had to
killed.
swim, right?
Yeah, because that water is so cold and so treacherous and all that. But the 4 that I read that said that they never found them. So they don't know if they actually made it or... So that's why they think that they escaped. That's why they consider those 3 or 4 escaped.
They got a free pass for escaping. They never found them.
They never found them. So that's probably why you never really said that they escaped. I think there was just a one. And it was so funny because I went back and read my research and went back and researched. And even the one that I had said that they said had escaped didn't even show up in the 4. So it was kind of strange. I'm going to have to go back and look into it a little bit more to see what the differential was or, where I got my information compared to where I was getting the new information. But, definitely, call me out on those things because, I did. I found it in black and white right there. You said more than just that one escape. So there you go.
There you go.
Thanks, Teresa. Appreciate the email. And I love that you're from our hometown of Warsaw, Indiana.
War-tucky.
No, that doesn't work like that. It's Daddy Warbucks. Oh, sorry. Because we're the orthopedic capital of the world. No? Okay, fine. Are you sure? No, I got nothing.
No.
I got one more email here, and this is from our good friend Crispy Tenders.
Woo!
And I want to read this because it says, all right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It says, my Golden J, my friend, tell the amazing rocker chick that she did a wonderful job. I was on the edge of my seat. I will always be fascinated by the Wendigo. From the from the folklore of looking in for places to find it. Not that I want to meet it and die, but I know it exists. And if that makes any sense.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You might die.
You might die.
Or you might eat somebody.
Yeah.
Crispy. We don't want you to eat anybody.
No.
And I know it's out there. Somewhere in the woods.
Somewhere.
In the cold woods.
Cold woods.
In the cold, deep. Anyways, he says, thank you again and go Lions. So.
Yeah.
I have one more email that I am going to save for the next episode because it is an amazing email, and I want to give it the length and respect that it deserves. But it is from Yahira.
Yes.
And I just want to sit down in our next episode and just talk about this email because there is a lot of things to go over in this
Nice.
email. So just so she knows, I did get it, and we will talk about it here in another week or so. So.
Okay.
As we get into the next edition of Vamptober. Nah. Mwah. Mwah. Lots of stuff coming for Vamptober. Super excited. You're going to get a ton of episodes this month. A couple more than you would normally get. Not only one from all of us, but we're going to have Logan in to do a Vamp episode. You're going to get the other side on the last Saturday, and then you'll get Logan's on. Wait, no, we're going to do a chiller filler on actually Halloween. So
Nice.
we got it all worked out. You're going to get a couple more episodes with all of us, and we're super excited. So get ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Vamptober.
I'm ready.
And you know what comes with Vamptober?
What? Tell me,
Oh
please.
my God, get excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
I don't know.
It is Vamptober merchandise. Oh, so gonna, you guys! I can't wait. Obviously it's already out because it came out October 1st, and we have go check it out. United States Paranormal. Listen, I gotta settle down. Gotta settle down when I talk. The United States Paranormal.com. Go to the merch store. We have ribbed nip.
What do we have?
Wow,
What
we
is
have
that?
ribbed knit beanies.
Oh.
Yeah, they got a really cool with the Vamptober logo across them. They'll be they're stitched in. So yeah, we also have 16 by 20 posters. We have stemless wine glasses.
Woo!
We have can-shaped glasses. We have the unisex T-shirts. We have the quarter sleeve raglan shirts, and we have a fleece zip-up hoodie.
Oh,
Nice.
no.
Yes.
And this design is the shit.
It is so good. Esteban did an amazing job with this, and super, super excited for you guys to see it. And I hope you love it, and I hope you buy us out of them.
Buy them.
Buy 'em.
And then take picture of yourself wearing it or holding it or whatever and send it to us so we can see how awesome you look in them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I'm getting one. Something. Or a few things.
There's a nice long list of things there that you could
Enjoy.
enjoy.
Woo.
Very much so. I don't want that one. I want this over here. Let me ask you this.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Are you ready?
No.
It is,
Yes.
it is Vamptober.
Woo, woo.
We need a vampire question.
Okay.
What is the rarest blood type vampires would have trouble finding?
Oh, negative.
Wrong. Any guesses?
I don't know.
Oh,
About that.
positive.
Wrong.
Oh, damn.
I have no idea.
I don't even know what blood types are.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. A, B.
Close. It's AB negative
Oh.
Oh.
because it is
wow.
the rarest blood. It's the rarest blood out there. So AB negative is the rarest.
Dang, of
And it would be
course.
difficult for vampires to find it.
Would that be the tastiest then? If that would be.
I would assume it's like the
The drug of
Chianti
choice.
I love the cocaine.
Oh my.
Wow.
Oh my. There you go. Simple question.
That was very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a nice simple vampire
Okay.
question.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's because that's what I do. Only the best for you guys. Only the best.
Only the best.
All right. Well, are you ready to get into today's vampire story?
I am.
All right.
I'm just going to do a disclaimer here.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry if I butcher any of these names or places. Y'all know me. I'm good at it. Okay.
The United States of Paranormal at gmail.com.
Are you ready?
I'm
Ready?
I'm ready. I think she farted a little bit on that one, too.
I don't smell anything. Flawless skin that never seems to age. Eyes that pierce into your soul. Never hungry, but always thirsty. Powerfully charming, yet peculiar. They draw you in with their fascinating stories and hypnotic voices. But you can't help but think something is a little strange. Vampires.
Ooh.
By Chanel.
I like that.
I had to hold my breath through the whole thing.
Sexy.
All right.
Why are you?
Because it was great when you went into it. It sounded like I edited it. Like we were all like talking and they're like, oh, you went into this deep. There's no edit there, people. She just went right into it.
I had to hold my breath, though. Woo! The first up, Jacques Saint Germain. He's known as Comte Saint Germain, the Count of Saint Germain, the Count of Racosi, and by many other aliases. And his tale is one of history's most tantalizing mysteries.
Tantalizing.
Yes, that one.
I am tantalized.
Tantalizing mysteries. Records indicate that this man was born in the late 1600s.
Okay.
But reports by historical figures have told of a similar man that can be traced back to the time of Christ. What? That's an old dude.
I got nothing. I mean, if he's a vampire and he never ages with flawless skin.
That never seems to age. As the story goes, in the early 1900s, 1902 to 1904, depending on the source, whatever, a wealthy, middle-aged man by the name of Jacques Saint-Germain moved to New Orleans from France. He took up residence at a house on Royal Street and began throwing lavish parties for the city's elite.
Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
snooty.
I just poked myself in the eye.
She can't do the snooty nose. She poked herself in the eye. Real nice.
He treated his guests to fine meals, but curiously would never partake himself, never eating. This mysterious host was only ever seen drinking what was assumed was red wine. Saint Germain also entertained his guests with stories of ancient times that were so detailed it was as if he had been there himself. He claimed to be a descendant of the Count of Saint Germain, who was a famed 18th century adventurer, musician, and alchemist, among other things. Guests noted the physical resemblance between their host and the portraits of the Count that he had in the house. Some began to wonder if Jacques Saint-Germain was in fact the same man as the Count of Saint-Germain, known to history. Jacques Saint-Germain's charm, enigmatic nature gained him quite a reputation in the city. However, everything changed one November evening when an injured woman was found running the streets in front of Saint-Germain's house. At first,
Yes.
people assumed she had fallen from the second-floor balcony. However, it quickly became apparent that she had jumped. The police were summoned, and before being taken to the hospital, the woman shared a shocking tale. Saint-Germain had apparently invited this woman into his home. Some believe she may have been a prostitute. While she was looking over objects on his mantle, Saint-Germain lunged at her and bit her neck.
Sexy time.
Ooh. Prostitute,
Yeah, I know, right? Come on.
As he was attacking her, a knocking at the front door momentarily distracted him. This gave her the opportunity to escape and jump off his balcony into the street.
Okay. She got out.
With no parachute. Second floor.
Just her skirt.
Yeah.
Put it over her head.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. After hearing this accusation, the police then spoke to Saint Germain. He assured them that he had made no such attack. Given the late hour, they agreed that Saint Germain would return to the station the next morning and give his formal statement.
Oh, you see
Yeah.
where this is going.
Yeah. The officers apparently didn't believe the woman and her account and were inclined to trust Saint Germain due to his wealth and standing in the community. This decision, however, turned out to be a mistake.
Yes.
The next day, Saint Germain did not appear at the station. Believe it or not. The police returned to his house to retrieve him, but no one answered the door. They eventually had to break in and were shocked at the state of things. Most of Saint Germain's belongings were gone. He had apparently departed the previous night after the incident. As the police looked around, they saw blood stains on the tablecloth and carpets. No food, no dinnerware, no utensils were in the house. They did find a number of corked wine bottles. However, upon opening some, they realized the bottles were filled with a mixture of wine and blood.
Blood.
No one knows where Jacques Saint Germain fled to, but the police were never able to find him.
Ooh, he's still out there.
He could be. He
Some
could be.
wealthy man.
Ladies, stay away from wealthy men. They could bite you and you have to jump off the balcony.
Of the second floor.
Yeah, with your skirt.
So, is this any relation to the guy that has that really tasty alcohol, Saint Germain's?
I don't know.
You never had Saint Germain's? Hey, you know Saint,
I
yeah.
know Saint Germain.
It's very, very good.
Maybe.
It could be.
Could be him.
Maybe that's him.
Maybe it's mixed with
Take it
blood.
out.
Maybe that's why it tastes so good.
You're a vampire?
I might be. Yeah! One vampire.
Okay.
Don't you didn't watch Sesame Street?
Are we doing Sesame Street?
He is a vampire, is he not? He's a count.
He's a cute one. All right. Enough with you.
Sorry.
Next up, the Carter brothers. The year was 1932. A young woman stormed down Royal Street, visibly panicked. She ran into a police officer. Her story sounded a bit far-fetched, tied up by two brothers, along with several other victims, and held captive so the brothers could drink their blood. Sounds like a fetish to me. The girl claimed that she was only able to escape due to her captor's carelessness in securing her ropes. Somewhat skeptical, the police agreed to follow her back to the home on the corner of Royal and St. Anne.
Okay.
This is still New Orleans. Okay.
Yeah, New Orleans is known.
Once the police and the girl arrived at the home, which was owned by the Carter brothers, they were horrified to find, as the girl had described, 4 other victims, half dead, tied to chairs in one of the rooms. All the victims had their wrists wrapped with bandages, moist and stained with blood. 2 more bodies, wrapped in blankets, were tucked away in yet another room. The unmistakable, suffocating odor of death filled the apartment. It's stinky.
Yeah, death is usually pretty smelly.
It seemed the brothers left early in the morning, just before daybreak, and returned every evening just after dark. Immediately upon their return, they would take the bandages off of each of the captives' wrists and, using a knife, reopen their wounds until blood flowed freely from the victims' cuts. Why wouldn't they just bite them? I mean, they got the teeth, right?
Well, did they? I mean,
I don't know.
Do all vampires have the teeth? I mean, seriously.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So you got to get it somehow. I mean, cinematic universe says that all vampires have the teeth. But
Nowadays, they get them installed.
Yeah, that's true.
They caught the blood in cups, from which they drank until their hunger was satisfied. The brothers would then redress the wounds with fresh bandages. At least they took care of them.
They put a little antiseptic on there?
They spoke very little and gave no concern for their victims' well-beings other than fresh bandages after they ate. Rather, the kidnapped were no more than food source headed to certain death.
So, you said they put it in cups? Mm-hmm. How many cups would it take to fill you up?
I don't know.
I mean, is that not a legitimate question? I mean, how, I can eat a cheeseburger and be full, or I can eat 5 chicken McNuggets and be full. I mean,
Well, I guess
how many cups of blood does it take to fill your belly?
if they're out and about, they might eat when they're out and then only come back for these people when they, right before bed or something.
Like a midnight snack.
Yeah. I need my milky before bed.
Okay, fair enough.
Unaware that the girl had escaped, John and Wayne Carter, the Carter brothers, went about their routine as usual. Only this time, the police waited for the brothers to return. They were quickly apprehended and upon their capture confessed almost immediately, begging to be murdered. The brothers explained to authorities that they were in fact vampires and if released would have no option but to continue to kill, as their need for drinking blood was beyond their control. It's said the brothers were tried as serial killers, convicted, and eventually executed. Eventually.
How were they executed?
I don't know. Off with their heads.
Well, isn't that how they had to be killed with a stake, right?
If you do more investigation, I don't know when that was supposedly supposed to happen.
1939. No, wait, that was
1932.
See, I was close.
1932. There are certain people that have a disease that
Yeah.
they don't have teeth, but they need blood to survive.
Like they have low iron or something, right?
Yeah, they crave people's blood, and they call themselves vampires, and they do things like that. They don't necessarily have the teeth, and they can go out at night. Some of them can't go out because of whatever disease they have.
Yeah, well, they're not allowed to be in sunlight.
Yeah,
Exactly.
some people are
So-
allergic to the sun.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could possibly be normal people, but have that wrong with them.
Yeah.
Or their psyche is
Yeah.
fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's just,
No, that is a very true disease. I mean, and I've heard about that. I mean, it's not something that was, Hollywood or anything like that. It's a true thing.
right.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to think on that one a little bit longer.
It could be an explanation why.
It could be because they're just trying to just survive. I find it weird that. Well, it was 1932. I mean, it's not like you're going to go get medical help for that.
Well, maybe that's why, like sunscreen. I don't know how well sunscreen was back then either. So, I mean, if you're allergic to the sun, I don't think you can even use sunscreen.
But you said these guys could go out during the day, though, right?
They went out in the beginning, like right before dawn, and it returned right after dark. So who knows what they were doing between that time?
Right on.
Maybe sleeping in their coffins, or who knows.
Underground or
Yeah.
hanging from their feet.
in the bell tower of a church? Oh, wait, no.
You just never know.
No.
And if they're brothers, they both could carry that same gene thing. And so, hey,
That's
who
true.
knows? Just a
This is what vampires are all about.
that's it.
Welcome to Vamptober.
It's not all Angel and
Look at me sparkle. I sparkle.
and Edward.
That's what my story's on, is Edward.
Ooh.
Could at least picked Angel. At least he was a badass.
I'm more Damon Salvatore than
Oh
anything.
my goodness.
Damon's a badass too.
Those two are so
Him's
Hollywood.
yummy.
So Hollywood.
Anyways, our next story. In 1728, a group of women arrived in New Orleans. They were all orphans with respectable backgrounds that had been handpicked for the journey. When they disembarked from the ship, the residents of the city noticed how pale these young women appeared to be. Their luggage was also quite striking. Each woman brought a trunk that resembled a casket. Hence, they became known as the Casket Girls.
Oh.
Nice.
I saw them on Scooby-Doo.
Oh, did you? They were given lodging on the 3rd floor of the Ursuline convent until suitable husbands could be found.
Oh.
Shortly after the arrival of the Casket Girls, the city started to experience mysterious deaths. The nuns became suspicious of the women who they had taken in. One night, they went in to check on the mysterious casket-shaped trunks. These chests should have been filled with clothing and possessions brought from France. However, when they opened the trunks, they found they were empty.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun. It's at this point that the legend branches in a couple different directions. One version, the Casket Girls smuggled vampires into the New World in those chests. In the other versions, the Casket Girls themselves were the vampires sleeping in those chests during the daylight hours. Realizing the vampiric situation, the nuns had the shutters on the 3rd floor windows nailed shut, using silver nails blessed by the Pope.
Oh.
Depending on the version, this was done to either seal the vampires in or prevent them from returning to their caskets. They say the shutters remain shut to this day. However,
Oh.
in my research,
Oh.
the Ursulines convent arrived 7 years after the Casket Girls. And secondly, the convent building wasn't finished until 1752, 1753. The timeline just doesn't fit with the vampire girls getting sealed on the 3rd floor.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay, so here's another thing on that.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm gonna forget the name of the what I want to say. Okay, wait. Have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mandela. Yeah, everybody knows what the Mandela effect is.
It's so there could be a chance that people have come back and changed the past. And one person remembers it this way, and the other person remembers how it was at the beginning. So people have a different take on what happened.
No, I get exactly where you're going. I mean, it's
Like there might be some time travel involved, and people have changed things.
Yeah. Sean has always said that his dad was a big believer in we're all living in the same time at different times. Like the ghosts to us are people just like us at a different time. And then we're ghosts to somebody else in a different time.
right.
And yeah, I can see how that would be too.
The Mandela effect and the multi-time continuum and multi-universes and all that is a lot to try to wrap your head around, and to set down and timeline it and put it in, in some sort of order so you can understand it, is very, very, very hard to do, just like kind of off the cuff, like what would we do right now. But I don't think that can be that far of a reach to really, if you really think about it. I think that is something that very well could be. I didn't even think for a one fucking second that the Mandela effect was related to someone time traveling and fucking up the past. That never occurred to me. My thought is that we remember a thing this way, but it really never was that way. It was always like the Berenstein Bears or the Berenstein Bears. That's the biggest. That's the number one deal that you can talk about when it comes to Mandela effect. Because everybody remembers it being the Berenstein Bears, and now it's the Berenstein Bears. Or I could have those backwards, people. I'm sorry.
I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I don't remember. I remember having those books when I was a kid. I don't remember what was on them, but people say they go back and get their books now and they're what it is today. That doesn't necessarily mean that something was changed. It just means that you don't remember it that way. You always thought it was like this.
But could it have been how people were just pronouncing it?
It could very well be. It could absolutely be.
Because I fuck up names all the damn time.
We didn't notice.
No, not at all. That's perfect.
But all I'm saying is that could have something to do with that. If somebody went back in time and changed something there, then
Like a
that
cover
time
up
frame, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're vampires. What's saying that they don't know somebody that could do that and be like, hey,
we don't know.
show that we weren't there, or the people that wrote these things up, the next person that comes along and writes it up, they're following off different.
I see it. That's a good.
One person escaped from Alcatraz, or four people?
Exactly.
It depends on where you get your research and what you're looking at. So, yeah, that could be part of it too. It's different writers, different than something like that. So,
everybody remembers things differently. So,
we definitely need to do an episode about time travel.
Yeah,
that would be fun. Just doing some research. All three of us just put our heads together and bring a couple different stories just to talk about time travel.
Yeah, I saw a video where they were showing that some guy went out to protest the. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The tanks coming in.
The what?
Yeah, the tanks coming in. So he stood in front of them, and people remember it that the tanks actually ran him over back in the day. But no, the video showed him getting up on top of the tank and them opening up, and yeah.
And I've seen one where it's a news reporter, and you can see all these people walking behind him, and then there's like nobody walking behind him, and then this girl appears on the other side of him. It's like, what?
Well, and now we're talking about a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
You know, and there's 100 videos of that out there, of planes or birds or people just all of a sudden. What do they? I watched one the other day where they would walk up to a window of a store and they would stand there and stare, and then it was almost like a reset, and they would turn and just walk away. And it was like there were people walking and looking at them, and then there was people that would just walk up and just do the reset and walk away. It was a very weird video, but
Better not be fucking aliens. I'm telling you right now.
you know
Aliens are controlling us, Jen.
everything goes back to
What if they were controlling me? Would I be as scared of them? I mean,
absolutely. They programmed you to be scared of them.
but I don't think I've ever seen one.
You think you're ever gonna see one?
I don't think I've ever seen a real alien.
How do you know?
I don't.
How do you know that your boss's boss is not an actual alien?
What? Who's that?
I don't know. I didn't want to put specifics on it. That's why I went your boss's boss, so it doesn't even.
Well, what if your boss is an alien?
What if my boss is an alien?
Oh shit!
Would she know it?
It's just a big cover up.
It is. Maybe my boss keeps saying that she's scared of aliens when in fact she is an alien.
At least I
Maybe
don't pee
she's
out of
a-
my finger.
Maybe she's a vampire that sucks the blood out of aliens. I don't know. Oh,
I could be.
Holy shit! We brought it all the way back around to
To vampires.
vampires.
Yeah. Good job. So the only thing with the Jacques Saint Germain is if I was at a party and somebody wasn't eating their own damn food, I'd be like, "Why aren't you eating, dude? I ain't eating it if you ain't eating it. I don't want food poisoning or the shits or anything like that. So if you're not eating it, I'm not eating it."
yeah. If you notice that, but I bet most of the people at the party wouldn't notice that. They're just enjoying his free food. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, and how many parties have you hosted where either you or Sean, who's ever cooking, don't eat until everybody else is done?
Have you seen me? I eat when everybody eats.
Well, let me rephrase that. When I host a party, I always like to make sure that my guests are fully fed before I ever eat. And it's usually the last thing that I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I eventually will eat because I'm a fat bastard too. So.
Wow.
But
She doesn't eat, does she?
she's just
She's
here.
so little.
She's just here for the booze. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that I would look at that and go, wait, why the fuck isn't he eating? I mean, I'd be like, oh, whatever, dude, take your time, do your drink, whatever. It's all good. I'm going to be over here chomping on these.
But if you're
lamb
making
chops
sure
and-
all of your guests are eating, wouldn't you be like, why aren't you eating my food?
I'm
observant like that.
I would,
I'd be like, hey,
yeah.
come on, let's eat.
Is there
Come on.
something wrong with it? Is it not cooked to your preference?
Mm-hmm.
Is it too raw?
Would you like to lick the plate of blood off or the plate of blood from a beef?
I got some bread. You could sop it up.
You want some toast?
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
So yeah, that was just, I'm observant like that. So that was when I was researching that. I was like, dude, why aren't you eating? Yeah, I know. But I can understand. Yeah.
I just saying that. I mean, from my perspective, and when I'm hosting, it's always like it's about my guests or whatever.
Yeah.
I do the same thing when I'm DJing. I will not eat before the entire reception has eaten because, I don't feel that I need to be going. Because I'm a vampire. And I think it's more important that everybody else goes before me. I'll eventually eat, so it'll be fine. But yeah.
I would like to see a picture of that jock,
He does look like the other Jacques guy.
and then pull
Jermaine
the
guy.
pull the image up and do an image search and see if there's actually people
That look like him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
that would
you
be cool.
you find the picture and then you Google it
Yep.
Put it in the Google bar and it finds people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
We're gonna do that right now. I don't know how to do that.
Oh, okay. We can do it offline.
Yeah,
We can
let's do it.
again.
Let's do it, but let's do it after we're done recording everything tonight, and
Okay.
it'll be fun. Oh shit, man, that's gonna be fun.
Well, it is Vamptober.
It is Vamptober. Are you excited? What a great way to fucking kick off Vamptober. That was great.
Loved it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
The Carter brothers and Jock and the Coffin Girl.
Casket Girls.
Casket Girls.
Take notes.
I think I like the idea of them actually smuggling vampires in.
Yeah.
Like they were their, what do you call
Well,
them?
but why
The
would
maidens or whatever.
Why would you think cute little girls would have
Yeah,
blood-sucking
exactly.
killers in their
Yeah.
coffin box things?
They bought in the originals.
Oh fuck.
Come here, Klaus. Come here.
Come here. Come on, it's New Orleans. That's what
I'm just going back to your
based
two's
on.
obsession with the fucking Vampire Diaries and all the spin-offs and both of you have watched every episode. What are you fucking looking at up there?
I'm not looking at anything.
Don't freak me out.
Nothing. I don't look at you because then I don't talk and then you get mad at me. So I try not to look at him.
Oh,
Just don't look up there. Because now we're all going to sit here and look up there.
the fuck are you looking at? Interesting.
Nasty Bud Light thing up there. Blech.
Oh,
You need to take that down.
it's autographed. I can't take it down.
Okay.
Actually, I've been thinking about redoing that and having mounting the TV over there, but I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
Anyway, great kickoff to Vamptober there in Jdub.
Thanks.
Amazing job. I love the New Orleans stories. I'm a big fan of New Orleans. I'm ready to go back. And, uh-oh. What do you got?
I did find an interview with present-day vampires in New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah. This is what they said. They drink blood, but also have a regular human diet. They drink the blood from tested donors like family, friends, or lovers. They have to be very low-key because the blood stuff is illegal in New Orleans.
Why is it illegal in New Orleans? Because of the voodoo? Because they did something? I mean,
I
they
don't think
passed
anybody's
laws.
allowed to drink blood.
No, it's
think
like
it's-
cannibalism
yeah.
part of that. But that makes them feel like they're a juvenated member of society. They do not strictly go out at night. They like to go out at night because they have a lot more fun. And some of them have very prominent jobs in the community. Like they're either really wealthy or they have really high-ranking jobs in the community. And they're present-day vampires. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a choice that I think they made.
Yeah.
It's not like they were born that way or made
Yeah.
that way. It's a choice they made.
Yeah.
What are you shaking your head at me for?
They were born that way.
I
Yeah,
said it's
sounds
not like they were born that way.
Sounds like a Lady Gaga song.
The whole vampire thing is extremely interesting. There ain't no doubt, and it's really cool that you found an interview on with present day, quote unquote vampires.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is the nutritional value of blood, is that something that brings people to that? Not necessarily. I mean, can it be a taste? I don't
I think
know
it's
that
more like a drug.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's a drug.
yeah.
Yeah,
I-
they feel like they get adrenaline from it or something.
That and I, a long time ago, I watched a documentary on present day vampires in New Orleans, and I completely forgot about that until now. And they would take drugs, and then like they would have the person that they're going to drink their blood take drugs, and then they would drink from them, and then they got even more high from it. From what you said, Rocker Chick, about they get an adrenaline rush,
Right.
they get off on it or something, and then they have the extra with the drugs.
Yeah, because it's in their bloodstream.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not doing that though.
I doesn't really. I don't find the attraction of drinking blood. That's not one of those things that I like. Was like,
Good to
I'd like
know.
to try that.
Good to know, yeah.
Good to know.
I'd like
I'm
to
glad.
try. I'd like to try a well cooked lamb chop, but you know, I
mean,
don't feel like blood is on my. Although I do like my steak extremely rare. I do like the taste of that.
I like a medium.
I like
Rare?
them with a lot of flair.
My mom likes them really rare too. Maybe she's a vampire.
Did you ask her?
Not yet.
Did she ever? I know I'm not because I like garlic. So maybe,
I do too. Oh, she likes garlic too, so
okay.
never mind.
No, yeah, she's cool. She's cool.
Yeah.
You know, get some holy water and maybe sprinkle on her. And
She
see.
goes to church.
Oh, then she's fine.
Yeah.
She's just like the rest of us, a little weird and likes her steaks raw.
Yeah.
There's more flavor in them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, wonderful job.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Way to kick it off, and I guess I'm up next. So next week I'll be bringing my story. So get ready.
Yeah.
Woo.
I'm not telling you what it is.
No. It's a surprise.
Is it going to be a surprise? Hopefully, it'll be amazing.
It will.
I'm sure. All right. Well, let's get out of here. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Keep it spooky. And I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The United States of Paranormal. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com or at any other of our social media pages. At Twitter at TOSOPPOD, at Instagram at The United States of Paranormal, or Facebook at The United States of Paranormal, or YouTube at The United States of Paranormal 1795.
Please check out our other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network. The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, Indiana Chiefs Fans, The Golden 80s, Murd Nerds, and A Quart of Books and Booze.
And if you have a location you would like us to check into or a creepy story that you would love to tell us, please email us at theunitedstatesofparanormal@gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen.